Hey everyone, how you doing? It's Clara back, and I'm back with another review of Exit, and this time it's Return to the Abandoned Cabin. Um, this was the latest one, but I've just seen that there's another one being released next week or this week. Maybe it's not the latest one by the time you're watching this. Who knows? But did I enjoy this? I love this series. I think we know that, but I love the evolution. I will do this spoiler free. Now, I will talk about the setup, which is as soon as you open it, you'll learn about the setup. So I am going to talk about that. If you want complete surprise, then maybe this video isn't for you. Just know that I really enjoyed it. But I'm not going to go into the puzzles, and I'm not going to do a puzzle breakdown video this time around. Yeah, let's talk about the game, shall we? So, yes, I think at this point, everyone here probably knows that I love this series. I've played all of them now. I've reviewed a fair number of them, and some of them have been winners, some of them haven't, but most of them have been winners for me. Um, this one is no different. This one I really, really enjoyed. Now, what I love about this is that it is the return to the abandoned cabin. The abandoned cabin was one of the first exit games. It wasn't the first one I played. The first one I played was the secret lab. But I love that you're returning to the scene of a previous crime, as it were. And the stories with these exit games, they always have a little bit of story involved, and there's a little bit of continuity. You'll maybe have clues that will relate it back to a previous mystery or something along those lines. And that's really cool. But this one is the first one where it really feels like, okay, this happened and this is what happened afterwards. And it really feels like a continuation. And I really enjoyed that. That was really good fun. But I also love the fact that the game has evolved. So I said that I was going to talk a little bit about the opening the box setup, and that's what I'm going to do now. So if you don't want to know what's going on, then you probably need to stop here. But I don't think it's a spoiler because, like I say, you do it. This is what you do as soon as you start the game. But in this game, you set up a 3D cabin, which is really cool. Now, it reminds me a lot actually of the Mystery House games. And if you haven't played them and you like the exit games, I would recommend them. I'll put a review for one of them up here somewhere or up there. I don't know where it'll go. Let's see what YouTube does. But the Mystery House games do the same thing where you have these 3D setups, and I think that's really clever, but it does take up more space. This one's a little bit smaller, and so it does it in a similar but slightly different way. And I love that. I love the fact that you build in this cabin and you're looking at it in different ways. And sure, at this stage, with all these exit games, we have seen the same sort of puzzles, we've seen similar sort of things going on. And yet, there's something about them. Like I say, I've played every single one. There's something that still feels fresh every time. There's still something that feels different every time, and we don't just automatically solve them. So there's still a challenge, and that's why we enjoy playing them so much, because there is still a challenge. Sure, we're probably not going to flounder completely, but every so often something will have us completely stumped. Usually it's with the lower they have this novice to expert rating, and usually it's the ones towards the novice end of the scale that we struggle with because we overthink things, and the harder ones we tend to just get a little bit easier. This one's sort of the happy medium, 3 out of 5. And yeah, we didn't need any clues. We just sort of went through it. Most of the puzzles were fairly obvious. Some of them we got really quickly. Some of them we really had to think about. But it's not always just about figuring out how to do things. Sometimes it's how you manipulate things, how you move things around, how you interact with things, and just finding how the solution fits together. And that's what I love about this. And indeed, me and my housemate, so we've played all of them together. And this one is one that we highly rated. We thought that it was one of our favorite ones, or at least one of our favorite ones in recent time. We really, really enjoyed this one. So, like I say, that pulling back of the story and if relating it back to the first story, but then the evolution of, like, instead of just flipping through a book of puzzles, you're actually building something and looking at it in a different way. And the actual puzzles themselves were really great. So yeah, I really enjoyed this one. I continue to love this series. Like I say, some of them have hit less well than others, but this is definitely on the upper end for us. So I highly recommend it. Can't wait to play some more, and that's good because, like I say, I think that one is being released on Friday as I record this, so that's very exciting. I should be able to pick it up tomorrow. And yeah, until next time, thank you so much. Maybe subscribe if you would, and bye.